This is what the next generation of theme parks will look like. Epic Universe is the standard for what is to come in the future. The theming and immersiveness was truly one of the best I had ever seen in any theme park. Of course, Epic Universe is not perfect. However, it is home to one of my favorite theme park lands of all time, Dark Universe. Catacomb skulls align the sides of the portal, and a tagline can be seen above. It's alive! From the late and great Frankenstein movie, of course. The crackling of lightning is above your head as you walk through the entranceway portal. As you make your way through the entrance, fog can be seen in the distance, and it looks as though you're about to walk into a cemetery. Although this was impressive during the day, however, I feel like the full effects come out at night. Darkmoor is a village haunted by its past. From Dracula to Frankenstein's monster, these villagers will not be shy when it comes to explaining the horrors of the monsters. Here we have the entrance to the catacombs. This is actually the location of the ride Monsters Unchained. Would you go inside? Someone said that this is a universal monster inside this cage. Let me know in the comments if you know which monster this is. But yes, there is an extensive amount of references to universal monsters and the movies throughout the land. So when you're at Dark Universe, be sure to explore because there are so many details that you might miss. If Halloween year-round sounds like a good idea, then Dark Universe is a perfect place for you. There are currently 4 roaming characters that you might run into, and the graveyard is home to Igor. He loves this place. The fog effects must look fantastic at night, however they do serve a purpose during the daytime because it's not just fog, it's mist and it's supposed to cool you off. What looks like a well in the village square is what I believe is used to sacrifice people down to the catacombs for Dracula. Darkmoor has no shortage of vampires, that's for sure, because if you go inside Das Steakhouse, it is filled to the brim with vampires. This appears to be some sort of vampire child. Is this a reference to a monster movie? Now the dining room is truly something else. This is hands down the scariest restaurant that I had ever been to. It seems as though this restaurant is some sort of crypt or a trophy room filled with the corpses of defeated vampires. But whatever this place may be, they are no fans of vampires, because there are vampires that have been slayed all throughout the restaurant. Most of these vampiric corpses can be found in the chambers outside of the restaurant, and I do find it funny that one of them looks like Nosferatu, and I really appreciate the medieval Gothic architecture. This makes a nearly perfect ambiance. Okay, now let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Monsters Unchained is the main attraction inside Dark Universe. Besides the ride system being nearly identical to that of Forbidden Journey, Monsters Unchained sets the bar sky high for dark rides in the future. If you're a theme park enthusiast, well, you probably know that some rides are worth the wait. Monsters Unchained is 100% one of those attractions, because this is the most immersive and cohesive queue I have ever seen in a theme park. Not to mention there's an endless amount of references from all the old Universal Monster movies. Let me know in the comments every single time you see a reference. From, of course, Frankenstein all the way to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a seemingly endless amount of Easter eggs. This right here is the original Frankenstein's monster, which was created by the great-great-grandfather of Victoria Frankenstein, who is one of the main protagonists of this attraction, also the current resident of her great-grandfather's castle. Of course, Victoria is also some sort of mad scientist, in her own way, so why not pick back up what her great-great-grandfather started years ago? And that's exactly what she wanted to do, but she was more ambitious than her great-great-grandfather. Why create monsters if you can't control them? So what did she try to do? Control the monsters. Victoria Frankenstein was successful in training one of the monsters, which was of course Frankenstein. However, when she tried to control Dracula, everything went awry. It was at this point that I realized that the queue was almost over and the pre-show was about to begin. The queue truly feels like you're walking through a castle.
According to plan. Yes, doctor. The doctor will see you now.
Henry, a monster. They were afraid of what he had done. But you will see. There's nothing to fear. Show them. Lower the lights, quickly. Now. These people are friends. See? There's nothing.
The Burning Blade Tavern. This is now at the top of my list when it comes to theme park bars. The tavern offers food and drink options for all. When I say I could spend all day in here, I am not joking, although I wish I could have filmed more. If you like your bars to be dark and dingy and somewhat mysterious, well, this is the bar for you. It almost feels like the Hog's Head Tavern at Islands of Adventure. It is said that legendary monster hunters frequent this bar. If you look behind the bar counter, you can actually see the heads of the monsters that were slayed by the monster hunters. Here's a picture of the tavern on fire. Unfortunately, I did not get a video, and I'm sure I'll make more videos in the future. With that being said, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That way this video can reach a larger audience. I'm still a fairly small channel and every single like helps. And if you haven't already, please subscribe down below. That helps me tremendously. I'm currently almost to 600 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace.